Back in our little vehicle. So, welcome to a decorative episode with me. I'll show you a bit of the process. If this video makes for a good view, then I might do this more while finishing the ship. If not, then there's going to be more of jumps in development, so to speak. What I was thinking about is installing at least one of these blocks, just a random cargo container in every single location that I might need components. Just so it will at least be a little bit, you know, easier to get access to components. So at the moment I'm just filling the entire ship with loose cargo containers. Then I'm gonna install at least the cargo containers that I want to install in the cargo hold. And then we are going to work on some scaffolding. So right now, let's see, I think these two are attached. These two are attached. It makes it a lot harder to install them. Because I cannot drag two at the same time. The good thing about these bad boys is that you can at least move them around very easily. So let's hope we have at least enough of them. Okay, let's install this. Put it to charging. Hello? There we go. Okay. So, on the inside of the ship, here I already moved quite a few of them in. So what we're gonna do is we are going to get our merge block. Let me actually lower the microphone. I cannot see the bottom of the screen. There we go. So let's see. Is my audio levels okay? I think the music is a little bit too loud. What about now? I think it's now better. So, the thing that I'm going to install is just a row of cargo containers right here. So we're just going to install these cargo containers right here. There we go. That's basically what we're gonna do.
Inventory full.
I should have not gotten two blocks worth of components. I'm gonna have to remove all of them anyway. Why am I not just using this cargo container now? Ah, dummy. Alright. Just drag them into place. Only the top row we're gonna give a crap about what way they're rotated at the top. We have to get them upwards anyway. We will be fine. Okay. Let's get the... It really doesn't... Wait, we actually ran out of construction components? That's impressive. Oh, there's some construction components here. Oh, they're not attached right now. Okay. There we go. Mm-hmm. attach this to it. Dump the components in and repair only the one that is not fully fixed. So, this episode we're specifically going to focus on finishing a lot of the components on this floor. We're gonna look for a way to move the whatchamacallem, the gravity generators. There we go. Because when we get the gravity generators into place, that would also make at least one step of the base a little bit better. Then we have to set up the gravity generators, which is going to take quite a bit of time, I would guess. Okay, don't know why this one didn't want to connect, but sure, here we go. Drag it into place. I was shocked when it said no construction components. I was like, if there's one thing that I probably have a lot of in this base, it is that, including steel plates. Okay. Look at this little row. Jiggle it a little bit, and it's installed. Alright, the first row is done. That was the easiest row. Now let's see if we can get the second row done. Now, as you see behind me, I've already started with at least trying to close off the hangar from that part over there. There's a few parts that we still have to do, but the most of it is already done. I use these large 3x3 glass panes on this side. I read that the jump drive is wholly airtight, which is weird because it has gaps, but I don't care. I closed it off as well with some lockers and some armory lockers. So that's should be airtight on that side. And what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna set up the buttons around here somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I think we're gonna do that at the way all at the end. So the lights that's inside here, we're gonna have buttons over here that set them up. Probably like one of these console module buttons. But we'll figure that out. So then I've started a little bit of an interesting floor design here to place some blocks later down here. We'll get to that later. I will close this in somehow because this is very close to the edge of the base. So we're gonna probably fill that area in a little bit more. And then we're gonna close this off around here, this edge here. Then we're gonna fill up those walls. We're gonna place that gravity generator somewhere down there, and we're gonna have to move this one somehow up here. Now, it's probably gonna be the hauler. It's just getting to it is gonna be difficult. I'm probably gonna remove partially this roof because it has to go anyway. But we'll get to that after we install all of the cargo containers. Now, most of these types of installs I usually do off stream. Mostly because I think it's not the most interesting to watch. So I you know, these videos are already pretty long and they're non-edited, so I don't want to run the risk of people being like, ugh, this is boring, and then they click off. Like, if that happens, so be it. I mean, I'm gonna make a edited video out of all of this, probably at the end, when I'm finally done with it all. But until then, it's just gonna be these types of episodes because, you know, I can't do everything at the same time. Combine that with my actual work, so it's a bit difficult. There we go. And when we have this one installed, all the components are grabbable that were in the smaller ones underneath it. Here we go. Hops. Oh, I think my headset is a little bit soft. Yeah, I think it was. I don't think that has changed much about the audio levels of the thing, but I could be wrong. Judging by the levels in OBS, it's still fine. There we go. All these cargo containers from all different sources. But what we're basically gonna try to do later on is just in every single room I want a single cargo container that is attached to the component network. Just so we can get access to refueling our hydrogen tanks in every location. And we have access to just grabbing whatever we need in case we want to build something. It would make finishing this build much quicker. Let's see. Yep, done. Oh, lag. So we're halfway done with this. Many of these builds usually take a bit of time.
Energy low.
I know, I know. Can't move over. So far, so good with installing these. Reminds me a little bit of when I was placing the batteries connected to one another. The difference is only that the batteries I couldn't do by hand. This one I can fortunately do. Come on. There we go. When these are installed, I can finish this wall again. I don't know yet what I want to install on it. Maybe a lamp, maybe some LCD screens. I'm not sure yet. Another different color from another different ship. And there we go. These types of builds sometimes take a little bit of time. Can't move over. That should be the correct one. Yeah. Alright. I like it though to build stuff like this, because the moment you're finally done with it, you're just feel kind of rewarded. Alright, we need 6 more up here. Now I moved already some over, so let's just grab some. One. Last time I moved through, especially after removing the batteries, the hydrogen tanks and the oxygen tanks, the scrapyard felt a little bit empty really. Just because I already removed so many parts. Now that I've removed 18 small cargo containers, it already felt a little bit more empty already. Like I had to search for them. I actually had to go to the base ship in the back to get some of the broken components. Or not the broken components, the broken, the detached cargo containers. You can see it from the distinct golden color of our original starter base. Alright. The last sets of these blocks. Let's hope the third one is not too difficult to install. Let's see if this is easy lift. Yeah, easy. Right there. And once these are installed, we're gonna work on finishing this room, finishing the other room, making a roof that fits neatly. And then we're gonna begin working on the other rooms, making them airtight. Ooh, can I get this one up already? Sorta. It's not the correct orientation yet, but we can fix that. You stay up here. There we go. And once this one is installed, it's going to be a little bit easier to make this little bridge here. That was the whole reason why I thought like I want to install another row of cargo containers. To just have the big ones was doable, but I wanted something else. And on the other side, it's a bit difficult to really think about what would be a fitting design to make the connection to up here. But I'll show it in a bit. Well, I'll show it right now. This area here, I want to build scaffolding from as well. On this side, I've done it as well. This is gonna get roofed. I think I will keep this full roof. Just have some cargo, not cargo, light armor blocks just over here. But this, I'm probably gonna have a little bit of a window down. I don't know yet because I don't know the size of this room, and I kind of want it flush with this. But I will think about that. Yeah, I will think about that. Yes, alright. Let's focus at least on one task at the same time. Don't want to ADHD myself. I don't have it, so I shouldn't do it. I'm more of an Asperger hyperfocus guy instead of ADHD guy that does 1500 things at the same time. I actually like it when I have multiple tasks that I can separate from one another and just focus on one task at the same time. Finish that and then start another one. There we go. Alright, 3 more. Okay, I have to do it from this height, really. That last one is gonna be difficult then. Let's do it then in an easier way to do that last one. Let's just prepare one already on the roof. Now, in one of the last episodes, I did say that the special content things that come down every now and then, the little unknown markers, they're pretty useless, but I will be getting them nonetheless. There's not much you can gain from them, but the good thing about them, here, speak of the devil, is that they can sometimes give computers or displays. Now, I have no source for either, so I kinda need it. Because if you look through what I can produce in the assemblers, oh, I can make displays. Okay, it's just computers then that are the important part. So the computers alone make it worth it. Okay, where is it gonna land? Fairly close. I'll install these 2 and then I'll grab it. And then maybe it will finally be landed and I don't have to do the whole flying, grinding thing. I would almost be tempted to not change the colors. Just to have this weird mishmash of colors. Oh, I forgot to align the top. Is it terrible? Do I really? Yeah, I kinda do. Alright. This will be done in a quickie, so it should be fine. I forgot to detach, or to attach them in the correct orientation. But like I said, this should be done in no time at all. Sometimes difficult to think about things when you're talking, even though it's technically all to myself at the moment. That's better.
Energy low.
Let's get some power. Okay. Here we go. Let's move this one. I really cannot move this with the left mouse button. Come on. There we go. I think I used the there we go quite a lot. And then the last 2. And then after this, I'll show you, after I pick up the special content thingy, I'll show you how painstaking sometimes it is when I try to design something. And I think I orientated it correctly, right? Yeah. Then the last one. Okay. This is the correct one. If I turn it around a little bit. So close. No. Should be in like this, I think. Yeah. Come on, I know this is close to it. And that should be it. Look at this wall of different colored cargo containers. Let's be boring and let's make it uniform. And there we go. A wall of cargo containers. So let's grab that little block in the distance. Do I have enough hydrogen? Yeah, more than enough. Let's go. Oh yeah, I've not been further with the drill. Okay, it's not one that moves away from me. Okay. Do we get anything funny? Nope. Motors and power kits, sure. Let's just get all the components from this. Some displays, some computers, more computers. It's just construction components, computers. Like, it's not a lot of computers every time, but just look. That's 9 computers from this. If I do that every single time and I average around like 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 computers, then I can guarantee you that I've dropped a whole lot of computers off in this area. Oh, let me drop off the power kits as well. Okay. So, this is now installed. Let's get the same color. I believe this one was from this one? Yes. Let's get some steel plates. Install, and this one's from this angle. This and this. And the wall should be fine again. Alright. Now, I want the same as on the other side, as I've done over here. But the problem is that I think I'm going to cut it off here, just like I've done on the other side. So if I do it like the other side, let's first get some girders. I don't know how many of them I still have, but okay. So we want to go from there to there. So we want a full one. Walkable scaffolding X. We want to place it like this. And then we want the walkable straight pieces. Yes, and we want those like this. They're the same orientation? Yes. They're just not the same color. Let's get the correct color for these. There we go. Then we're gonna have the same type of movements to the back, which is these ones. I think I used the wrong ones here even. Yeah, I used the wrong ones. Because I basically have done it that every time I walk past a wall, there's no connections. So there's no sideways piece, no diagonal. So I should change that now that I've seen it. Otherwise, yeah, I even did this one correct. Oh, no, don't hit the refineries. Okay, that's, yeah, because I wanted a platform up here. So we're gonna have the scaffolding with all sides open over here. Okay. And we're gonna do that over here as well. So here. And then we're gonna have the sides protected on this location. That's this one. And then we're gonna have some flooring here. Like so. Actually, you know, these two I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make these the one with the single guardrail. Okay, now let's get over from this side. So I think I really want a straight line from there all the way to there. Left, right, connected to it. Yeah. So we're gonna have the single protected here. Then we're gonna have the open here, because this is where the walkway is gonna start. Then we need the open, closed on one side, or is that gonna be a wall? I think this is gonna be a wall. I don't think I want to do much more with this region here. I think I'm just gonna close this off. Or I might make an interesting room down there later. But I can do that later. For that though, I will work this way into a roof though. So that means that this is gonna be a piece like this. And since that's gonna be a wall, this is gonna be fine. Yep, and then this is gonna be one of those side protected ones. Then let's place the walls. Oh, this is gonna be a wall. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, and this we're gonna make the flooring, the graded catwalks. Let's make them gray again. Let's have them like this. This is going to be a corner piece. Then we're going to make the singular pieces on this side again. We're going to make a corner piece. And a sideway piece again. Then we're going to make the standard ones. We're going to have a stripe through the middle. Then we're gonna have two sideway pieces here and here. And we're gonna have these two. And we're gonna keep this single part in the middle open. But we are gonna give it an access panel, and I believe I have those over here. I'm gonna align them with the cargo containers. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Lights are gonna be installed later. I might remove the access panels and place the lights there, but it might be that they will be existent in the same location. If they can't be in the same location, I will install lights instead of this access panel, because the roof is going to be right above this. And I think that's what I'm going to install now. I think I'm finally going to close off the majority of this location now. So I believe that's a slab that I have over there. Now, do remember that everything I build is not 100% set in stone. Many of these blocks can still be changed later on if I find something that I think is better. Let's see. Same color. And then these are gonna be just full-on blocks. Okay. Then, like I said, I'm going to close off this as an actual full roof. And we're gonna do the same on this side. Now we have to close off. Let's see. Let's start with first thing. We're gonna make another room out of these locations later. We have to think about where to install every part of it. So I think at least this is gonna be another light armor block.
Energy critical.
Again. So the same we want to do at least for the crooked blocks on this side. Now I believe I turned this into a... Okay, that's just a straight one. This is the one I need to change then. Did I change this to a... Yes, so that's just 45-degree angle. Okay, 45-degree angle, that's this one. Don't know how far I pulled it through. 1, 2, 3 bottom pieces. Alright. 1, 2, 3 bottom pieces, and then it's probably more of these ones. Is the crooked part 1 away? Yes, it's 1 away. Oh, my apologies. I hit the microphone like a dumbass. Okay. Let's start filling in parts of the roof. Oh. Oh, unable to place. Okay, I just was in the way. So. I love that that thing is still on fire in the distance. I think we're gonna get to a point where I'm just gonna grind away all the ion thrusters and use the thruster components to fix everything in the base. So we made a room over there. And it was an interesting one. But I think what we're gonna do is when we're gonna build the roof or the walls of this next one, we're gonna have this one as separation. This wall here. So what color are we gonna make this then? Just a type of gray as well. Let's see, if we look up. I know a block we can use for that, but I don't know if that would look good. Let's see. So if we, instead of these standard light armor blocks, we use the interior wall B, I think? Oh, A. Let's see what happens if we use this. Let me just dump some materials. What if we built these blocks here? Will that look nice? It would look nice, but... Oh wait, this is gonna be the flooring immediately, so this will not work. It would have to be one block downwards if that for that to work. Okay, so it's not that. Next idea, next idea. So what did I use here? I used interior walls. I can use interior walls again. But the problem is that this would be a different edge at the top than the rest. I think I'm gonna keep it at this and then just make the edges interior walls as I did the previous one. But this is going to become light armor blocks. And this is going to be light armor blocks. Then we're gonna have a row of gray interior walls, yeah. And we're gonna have the little gray spot to the top with the little light blocks at the bottom. Oops. Now this is a 4x5. So I think to cover that up, we're gonna use 2x2s. We don't have 2x2s. What? We only have 2x3s and 3x3s. Yeah, we can't finish that hole with that, so that's gonna be difficult. Let's see, what would be the most interesting way to fill this in then? All windows, or am I gonna make a row in the middle? I think I'm gonna make a row in the middle. But with what? Oops. Pipe blocks. Yes, pipe blocks. So we are going to have and then to end with it as well is we are going to put some lights at certain spots. So I think what we're gonna do is replace replace these corner pieces. And these two, but I'm not gonna do both because otherwise this is gonna fall. Let's replace them with inset lights. I need steel plates, of course. Oh, that's still the bulletproof glass. That should be it. Okay. So let's see, is the light facing downwards? Yes. Bam. 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 And the last one should be right here. Yes. Okay. Now let's place some windows, shall we? Let's just place the 1x2s and let's make looking down easy while looking up is gonna be blackened or tinted. Alright, now let's try to copy this design on the other side. So that would mean that we start with inset lights on these locations. One over here and one over here. I'm gonna have interior walls, pipeworks through the middle. How many? 4. Okay, so we're gonna go that way by 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna have an inset light here. Is it in the correct orientation? Yes. One here. One. Oh, we ran out of steel plates. One here and one here. Okay. Then we're gonna have interior walls to finish everything up. With the lights downwards. Oh, that one's wrong. That one's wrong too. And then we're gonna close it off with light armor blocks. Oh, this is all gray. I need the teal color of the rest of the ship. Okay, let's get the teal color. I need some steel plates. Okay, and I think only this corner here has to be done. And we're gonna close off the inside later. Oh, forgot some interior blocks. Then we're gonna place some windows. 1x2 flats. I need girders, of course, the last one I need girders for. I don't have any girders anymore. No girders anywhere. There's 18 girders somewhere in a connector. I wonder where that connector is. But alright, that's just oh wait, this is not the correct one. This is the correct one. Yeah, the speed is a lot better. Alright. And that should be it. Many of these are not finished. They're missing small steel tubes. Alright, let's make some small steel tubes. Good. You just have to work on some locations where you can jump down from the railings up above, but I'm not gonna be on the railings up above for a long time. So, let's see. The design we had over here was gonna be similar. So,
Energy low.
again, damn, going through energy like it's nothing. All right. Then let's see, what type of lights did I use for here? So the second one. The second to last one? No, that is the last one. Nah, second to last one, technically, underneath the ground. So let's try that same design over here. So, second to last one on both sides. That should already probably be enough light. And this one. Okay. Let's turn these into... I need the same colorization. Need inset lights. Light up there. Light there. Light there. Light there. Then we're gonna need the standard one here and here. Then I wonder what we can place here that would be interesting. Because we have the gyroscopes here. Ooh, I might know something. Let's make the pipes go down here. It's gonna be difficult to attach though. If I can make these pipes go around the wall. Okay, let me just get the blocks, and I'm going through my head, but I don't know what all of them were again. All the different types of connections. So we have the corner piece. Okay, what else? We have the pipes up. Pipes down. Pipes junction. This is difficult because there's just one type of block that I miss. It kind of has to curl around something first before I can make it go down. Because what I'm trying to get to work is basically the pipes down here. Which will have the pipes going like this. But I think I have to cheese it a little bit. But it's fine. Okay, let's remove this one. And remove this one. I wonder if the eye would still be visible. I think it would close off my hallway. I could cheese it in two places. So let's just make that a light timer block. Oh, I need 2 plates. Let's remove that. What is an interesting block we can let it go into? Because the way I made it curve on this side is basically like this. So you have to curve it around something to really make it turn around. And that's going to be very difficult here. Now, there's a way I'm thinking of, but that would close off the eye. Or I would have to make it go a little bit further and then make it go down. That is also doable, but then it would close off this light. Oh, this is difficult. Or it would remove those windows at the top, but to be fair, they're not the most useful. Oh, damn, this is difficult. Oh, I don't want to be too indecisive on this. Or I can just come back later and think of something else. I will come back later to this, because otherwise this is gonna drive me nuts and not get it to work. Alright. So we have a few things we have to do on this side first. We have to move this graph gen. And we are going to remove partially this roof. We'll get it back later on. Let's first remove the flight seat. So now this ship is truly rudderless. Then we're going to remove partially this. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. Can I stop following? You know what? I'm just going to do it like this. And the reason why we're going to remove partially this roof is because this is the location that I'm going to make the helm. And it's going to change quite a bit here.
Inventory full.
Oh. Plus, I still want to install the nuclear reactors on this location, and I want to grab that graph generator out of here. Okay, is this enough to install those nuclear reactors? I think it's gonna be very tight because I want to install them basically here. Now this hole down here, I still don't know what to do with. I think I'm just gonna cover it, and I've been thinking about what to place down here for so long, and it's just driving me mad. I fill it in and then I think of something. This is gonna be very difficult to install, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, I have an idea.
Inventory full.
It's gonna be cringe, but
Inventory full.
of course I think about it the moment I place all these blocks. Like a moron. So, in nuclear reactors, you usually look into a pool with nuclear reactors on the bottom. What I'm thinking of is installing them in here. Okay, I don't know why these blocks are a different color. Just like these ones. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to place the nuclear reactors down here. I just have to check if I can install the conveyors in spots. So is this a spot where I can place a conveyor? Yep. So this is going to be a row of conveyors. And this is going to be a row of conveyors. So that is very precarious. Let's move that first. I want to move this graph generator to be right here. It's going to be in the middle of this hallway-esque area. When we're going to install it, I don't know yet, but we're going to get to that part later. Okay, let's get it. Let's just move it out of the way first. That's the first thing. Don't go down too fast. Okay. There we go. Okay. That one off, these one off, that one off, this one off. And there we go. So we at least have that out of the way. Can I install the conveyors here? No, I am not able to install them here. Okay, different one. What if I install them on connectors in this area and this area? That should be doable. That way it's even easier to install them as well. Let's hook this away. Can I still store this in here? Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to install... Oh, that's going to be difficult. Would be interesting though. So first off, how to install them is the first tough part. So I'm gonna have a row of connectors right there. I think I can build them without having them to be too much in the way. Okay. Then I need the lifter. And the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna first check if this is possible. Then we're gonna lift this up a little bit. Oh, is this too heavy? There we go. Like so. Then we're gonna have it like this. Make sure it's upright as possible. Okay. Let's grab a merge block worth of components. Okay. Then we're gonna have this. Let's see, it's gonna attach to it in this spot. I'm gonna have it like this. And then we're gonna have this merge block right here. Now we're gonna get the hauler. Turn everything back on as per usual. Then we are going to grab it in a very specific way to make sure that I can move it in. So I have to move it past a lot of bullshit. Okay, so I have to grab it a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much correctly aligned. Okay, don't smack into it too hard. Okay, let's hope I grabbed it correctly. Then we're gonna go into here. We're gonna disconnect and arrive backwards. Go into the hauler. And hope we did it correctly. Me and my big mouth. Oh yeah, I probably installed all the important bits. Forgot about the nuclear reactors. One commenter even said it. I think it was John T. Wireman or something who responded with like, what are you gonna do with the nuclear reactors? And I was like, probably install them at some point. Forgot to install them at some point, and now I have to precariously move my hauler past tons of blocks. Oh, okay, that was a big jump. Alright, let's see how that looks. Yeah, and then later on we're gonna have a glass block above it that we can look downwards into like a subsection with 12 nuclear reactors. That way we'll have 12 small nuclear reactors at the front, we'll have a big nuclear reactor at the back, we'll have one big nuclear reactor all the way in the back. That should be doable. Okay, am I gonna remove more parts of the roof? Yes, I am. Oh, I can put items in here. I think we're just going to free up a large majority here of the roof just so we can install those parts a little bit better. So this is gonna be a little bit of a rant. Um, I've said in a different episode that I really enjoy incremental games, or idle games, as they're sometimes referred to, although that's a bit of a misnomer. But I'm not gonna go into that. Um, a,
Inventory
a
full.
game that I used to play a lot is a game that's probably familiar to a lot of people called RuneScape. Um, biggest time sink game I've ever played. I have an account that's not too bad. I wouldn't say it's the best account in the world, but I have some 99s. I have a decent set of combat gear. All my combat is 99 except for the new skill. But that aside, there is a new game that came out, made from the original maker of the original RuneScape, or at least one of them, called Andrew Gower's Brighter Shores. Now, I have played this game, and I wanted it to be good, but it's not. A lot of people have played it,
Inventory full.
and the player base has dwindled quite a bit. I wished it was the game everyone thought it was gonna be, but sadly, we do not live in that reality. I wish it was. There's so many things that just make it just not good. Like, for instance, there's this system of progressively getting or being able to get better things. But the problem with that is that the things that you improve with are never really an improvement. It's maybe a bit hard to visualize, but me and a good friend, we really realized how bad it was, because the moment you start the game, you get a specific fish you can fish, which is called a flounder. It's a type of fish that you can fish in a specific location in the game. You can catch it at level 1, and you can catch it all the way to like level 12 or something. And at level 12 or level 13, something interesting happens. You cannot catch that specific flounder anymore. Like the gray flounder or something, or just a standard brown flounder, I'm not sure. Instead, what happens is you catch the flounder up until level 3, you catch the eel until level 5 or something, and then when you hit level 13, the next fish you can catch is a flounder. And then you are like, but I was already able to catch flounders. Yes, but this is the azure flounder. And then you realize, like, what is the location? It's the same beach you caught the brown flounder. Basically what happened is, it is the same flounder you caught at the previous beach. But the problem is that it is now just the same flounder with a different color, and you're gonna catch it just for the same type of levels. It gives a little bit of more XP, and it just is now a little bit harder to level up. That is like the most brain dead version of scaling and skilling in any game that I've ever seen. And in RuneScape, it's not that much better. But you start with a standard tree for woodcutting, for example, and those you can find everywhere. But then the willow trees are a little bit more rare to find around the landscape. You really have to go to specific locations, and the maples are even worse, and then the yew trees are even worse. Like, it's a little bit harder to find what you need to do and where you need to do it. Oh, damn. In Brighter Shores, at level 1, you already know the location and the type of fish you're going to be catching at level 472. Now, I don't mind grindy games as much as the next one. but I want to grind towards something, you know? Like you want to feel like you've unlocked something. You want to have an oh yeah moment the moment you accomplish something. In Brighter Shores, that oh yeah moment never comes. It's just gonna be, finally, I reached level 200, now I can do this on this thing all over again. It just feels monotonous. And that's... You know, it's difficult to make a gameplay loop not feel monotonous, but that one was terrible. I kind of feel bad about it, though. I wish it was good. There we go. Now, those are installed. The only problem we have now is that we need the rest of the reactors that we want to install. The only problem is they're still in a ship. One of the last ships we need to break down. Let's turn these off. Because the rest of the nuclear reactors are still in here. 3 up here. 2 down here. And... where was the last one? There was a 6th one somewhere. Oh, it's just right here. Okay. Where are these timer blocks? Yeah. So, what we're gonna do is get them. Oh, that's the nuclear reactor. Okay, let's get the hauler. Let's at least get them close. Energy and hydrogen. I parked it again. Turn everything back on. It's a bit stormy outside. The only thing we really have to do is put them on the ground. We have to connect them and move them with the lifter anyway. Okay. Okay, detach. That's 2. There's another assembler in here with speed modules, but we really don't need it. I don't know yet what to do with all the components that we're not gonna need. Well, that's a shame. That is stupid. Okay, how many reactors do we have left? Okay, we have 1 intact one still left. Okay, good. Oh, 1 sec. There we go. My apologies. Okay, we have a reactor still on this side, so this is still doable. As long as I don't mess up the next one. Okay. Let's free these. Okay, let's just loosen these and throw them off. There's at least some blocks that I don't have to think about. Okay. Now we of course want the batteries at least free. If we want to have them installed as a second thing, because we have now so many batteries installed in the big ship that I don't think this is going to be that much of an interesting one. We're going to just sled them down. Let's hope that they survive the fall. Alright. Let's see if this works. Let's get this out of the way. Let's see if they survive. Well, they survived. The ramp didn't. Only some steel plates damage. Ooh, a lot of steel plate damage. Okay, let's remove the timer blocks. I can use the steel from these blocks here to repair it. Just in case I ever need a battery again. Okay. Alright. Let's dump some components and then we can start moving. How much jetpack fuel do I have left? 45%. 54. Welcome to my Dutch roots. We count differently over here. Still don't know why we started counting like that. It's probably something Germanic. Something dramatic. Also, my apologies to Analdo Blackvoid. I've been calling you wrong the entire time. I really thought your name was was Almando, but it was Analdo. I read it correctly today because I was writing the description of the episode that is coming out in an hour and a half from now. It's the episode where I installed the script for the gravity alignment on the ship that I'm currently in, the hauler. Just to have that specific personal thank you, because it was a lifesaver, let's just put it like that. To have this thing always be straight and not have to think about the alignment with the Earth is just lovely. But then I realized that I wrote your name wrong. So, there we go. Okay. Let's park it again. Turn everything back off. Let's refuel our hydrogen tanks. Wait, I can actually do it right over here. Wait, I didn't set these. Oh, these 10 are probably not set to refuel bottles. Because they're the newest. Okay. Let's get the lifter. Where is that bad boy? It's on this side. It's right here. Oh, I have a message. Is it important? No, it's not important. Just a market from my brother. A market. Okay. Let's move these blocks. Okay, now the tough question is, can I install these? Okay, let's get 2 steel blocks worth of components. Or 2 merge blocks. Okay, can I place merge blocks on every side of this, or only on the 2 sides with the... Okay, I can place them on every side. It's gonna make this a little bit easier. Can I move them by hand? No, I cannot. Okay, that's gonna make it a little bit more rough. Then we're gonna have to do everything with just the lifter. Oh, there's a 1.2 kilometer drop. Okay, there's a large open area here to the right. Let's just do this attachment over here. It's gonna make it a little bit more easy if I have a little bit more space. Let's place the first 2 merge blocks so our inventory is free, and then we can grab that unknown signal. This is also your warning to check your posture and sit straight in your chair to make sure that you are not sitting like a shrimp. Should almost call it shrimp check. Then I have to listen to it myself and sit right up again. Used a little cushion for lumbar support. I swam like 2 hours today in total. So my body is tired and wants to sit in like the most energy, like less using position possible. But that is just like the worst position to sit in. Okay, let's place these merge blocks. Okay, let's go get this unknown signal. It's close to our original base. Oops. Which one is it? Anything interesting? Nope. Nope. Well, let's just get the components out of it then. Five computers. At the end of this all, when every block is installed and I really have nothing left, I might do one large episode or one large scrap run where I'm gonna really build a small grinder vehicle, scrap everything that you see here, and just make sure that we have every component we can get. Don't know when I'll do this, but I think I'm gonna do that just to make sure that, because just look at this. Bad example, this one's broken. Just look at this. Bad example, this one's broken. And this one's broken as well. Well, I wanted to show that there was 1200 steel plates in these, but if they're broken, it's gonna be difficult. Well, assemblers though. I think this one's broken as well. There was another oxygen tank. That's fine now though. If I need another gravity gen, there's another one. Okay, we'll get to that later. We still need to install these cryo chambers as well, but we're gonna get to that now, because we are almost done with the bottom floor. Ooh, that I might do with the front part underneath the ground. I'm gonna turn it into like a little cryopod area. Yeah. Oh, there was another reactor over here as well. We're gonna probably scrap the other small reactors that we have, just for reactor components, just in case we need to repair something later down the line. The same we're gonna do with a lot of these ion thrusters. We're just gonna take them for their thruster components. Especially stuff like these. They just have 8 steel plates. We're just gonna remove those. Alright, back to the action. I was going to drop off these resources, like the all over the place guy that I am sometimes, I guess. Okay, that was weird, but sure. Okay, these are still attached, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's grab another reactor. Mm-hmm. It almost sounds like the beat for I Would Walk 500 Miles by the Proclaimers. I would walk 500 miles and then I would walk 500 more. Shouldn't sing this too far because otherwise YouTube copyright is gonna be like because I'm too perfect. Okay, let's install the merge blocks. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's too close to each other. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna put it down and push it. It's usually easier because the moment they turn yellow, they slide with each other. And I felt that I found out that just putting them next to each other on the yellow and then just do this is usually the easiest solution. Okay, that's one of these done. If I can have both of them done, then the lights or the small reactors are installed. That's one. Next. These two are in the correct orientation? No, not really. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, if I ruin another one, I at least have one more full reactor somewhere. Probably two even. But when we have installed these 12, I'm fine on nuclear reactors. We're probably just gonna break down the other one for reactor components, as I said. Okay, let's install the merge blocks. Yep. Oh, I don't need any contracts. Although I have one contracts block, and I don't know if they would work. I've never really used that. Like, I've never really used the standard version of those contracts. I don't know if I can get any contracts if I don't have it connected to anything else. I'm not sure how it works, so just speculating right now. I need to grab it from the side if I want to install this in one go. I could just lift it up first. It's better to do it from this side then. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's line this. Drop it. Oh. Grab it from this side. The large industrial tower or this large industrial cargo container I'm going to use for making a mining facility on this planet, just in case I ever come back. Who knows if I ever continue with the save game. Can I install it like that? I think it would be too much on the top, right? Yeah, I thought so. Place it too much at the top. There we go, that should be better. Okay, can I install it now? Yes. Alright. Come on. I know you want. There you go. Okay, now comes the hard part. Okay. So we want to install one on this location. And we want to install the other one in this location. Let's it doesn't really matter, both are pretty difficult. I think it's easier though to not have these conveyors installed. Just to have a little bit of movement, because I don't want to hit the reactors with the other reactors. I might change some of the blocks around, but we'll get to that later. Let's just first install this one. So we want to make sure that some of them are attached to the wall and some of them are attached to this side. And fly the correct way. I'm so used to flying that way. I need to get a merge block. Oh, what? No construction comps. I just wanted to say, like, what? Okay, so I have to attach it to the ones facing this way. Okay, so let's just first put it upright. Let's first also detach this. Is that the end of the video? Yeah. I still have some minutes left in this playthrough. Okay, lift it up. Lift it a bit further. Oh. There we go. Lift it up a little bit less fast. Okay. So I need to install it on this side facing left. Yes. Also use it straight enough. Hello, hauler. Turn everything back on. Here we go. Okay, unhook the lifter. I don't know if I have enough movement space for this. I don't think so. There's some steel blocks in the way. Is it sinking? No, should be fine. Okay, this should be a little bit better. We're gonna get very close to that weapon. Maybe I can approach it a little bit more crooked. Just have some leniency. Oh, I already hit the other reactor. Okay. The fact that I had to repair one of them already says something. I have to be a little bit more careful. Okay, last one. Okay. Let's aim it a little bit forward again. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then where am I gonna place the merge block? Let's hope I have enough maneuvering space for this. This is gonna be the toughest one. Okay. I'm just gonna have to put it on this one, facing this way. Okay. Is it straight? Can be a little bit straighter. What about now? I think it's fine. Okay. So we're gonna grab it on this side, facing myself. If I need movement area, I'll just remove parts of the roof, because we're gonna remove parts of that anyway. Okay, let's go, see if I can fix this in one try. Okay, hello sunlight. Wow. That's done. Turn everything back off. And let's take a look. Interesting. So later on I'm going to give it a little bit more color and everything. We didn't get too much to decorating this area, but we at least managed to close off these two areas now. We closed off this section. So as you can see, the ship is taking form. Next episode we're gonna go and work on this area. Then I'm going to also start closing off this. We are going to turn this into a little bit of a cryopod sleeping facility. So what I'm gonna do is, can I actually move cryopods by hands? Otherwise this is going to be a lot more difficult. Let's see, there was one cryopod here. Yes! Okay, this is going to be a little bit easy. So what I'm going to do, probably in between episodes, I'm going to look for every single cryopod that I can find. And I'm going to gather them all in one location. And I'm going to install them all in one location. So here we have one, and there we have one, and we have 6, so we have 8 over here, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, we have 8. One of them is incomplete. Does it have its medical component? Otherwise this is gonna be maybe a dud. It has its medical components. Good, 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 good. I think I used this one for its computers. Yeah. And display. So we have 2 over here that I see so far. We have 8, so that's 10. I don't know if I gathered many from the other ones. Otherwise we're just gonna have 10, which is fine as well. Yeah, I don't think this had much. It had a medical room, but it didn't have cryopods. So we're gonna have 10 then. We're gonna make a good looking hall right over here through the middle. And then I believe we're gonna have this bottom floor done in the next episode. I'm gonna basically copy the floor structure on this side that I have over here. We're gonna close off that section, and then I think the entire hangar is detached from the rest. There is a... Okay, what is this unknown signal? We're gonna close it off with this unknown signal. Okay, don't know why that one didn't. Anything interesting? Nope. See, this is the reason why I'm keeping going back to these things. 80 computers. And then we can increase that even more by just grinding up what we have here. $89 computers from just one of these. Yeah, that's worth it. Alright, so next time we're gonna try to finish the bottom floor. We're gonna make all the edges aligned as well. Oh yeah, I have to remove these 3 hydrogen thrusters here, but we'll get to that as well. I'm just gonna open that, throw them out, and we'll be fine. Might even grind them up. And then we can finally start on exploring what we're gonna do with the top floor. And the helm. I want to build an intricate helm. I just want to have something interesting to look at as well. And look out of. But if you enjoyed this episode, then thank you so much for watching. And please, if you like these videos and would like to see more of them, then subscribe for them to see more in the future. And I hope to see you in the next episode, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.